information. That's what we need. We need some awareness here. And the information is coming from new information technologies that take data like this life cycle assessment for a product, which has been, till now, just held by companies. Sellers know things buyers never know. That's called an information asymmetry. The reason we're in the great financial crisis we're in today is because of toxic assets. People were selling goods that were poisoned, and they made trillions of dollars until it all collapsed. Well, we're in the same situation when we go to the store. We're buying toxic goods, and we don't know it. Today, though, there now are software programs. You mentioned photographing the barcode. It's getting easier than that. There's one in the States. It's called Good Guide. And Good Guide is a website. It's a free application in the iPhone. You can take it with you to the store, and you can look up any product you're going to buy. And it instantly rates it on all of its ecological impacts, environmental, health, social. And it ranks every product in a category. You can see, well, I like to buy this shampoo brand. Where does that stand? Well, you find out, oh my gosh, it's got 6 toxic chemicals. You don't want to put that on your hair or your skin. And it treats its workers terribly and has a horrible environmental record. But if you buy this brand, same price, you're going to do much better for yourself, your family, the planet. This information all of a sudden changes the power from manufacturers who know things they don't want us to know, to us, because information is power today. And once we're able to compare products this way, you and I, every time we go to the store, can vote with our money by buying the better product, always the better product, always the better product. And that sends a very strong message to companies. Hey, if we're going to keep our customers, we've got to follow them. We've got to change.
Ethanol is now being sold as eco-friendly, green. But as you point out, there's a lot of human suffering and other things behind the ethanol.
Well, ethanol is a scandal, actually, because it's made from corn. Corn is a crop which takes a lot of land. A lot of the Amazonia is now being clear-cut for corn. The ethanol also, because so much of the corn is being sold for ethanol, because you get a better price, it means if you like corn tortillas, you have to pay more. If your family is used to corn-based diet, it's going to cost you. It's hurting everyone who depends on corn for food. It's hurting farmers who need it for feed and so on. So actually, they're coming up with much better solutions. I know a company that makes packaging. It's very ecologically minded. They're up in Vermont, in New England. It's a 4-hour drive to New York, but every morning they send a big diesel truck down to a container down to New York City, and they go around to all the restaurants and they collect the old cooking oil, because they can use the cooking oil to heat the water that they need to make the paper they need. This is the kind of thinking that's replacing it, and there are many, many other alternatives to corn for biodiesel. It turns out that the part of the crop you don't use, whatever that crop is, can be used to make biodiesel. So that's a much better solution. And this is the kind of ecological thinking we need to get to the point where our impact, our collective impact on the planet, is not threatening the very existence of our species.
Yeah, but in your book you also mentioned the fact that there are always reports of workers in
well, I think you're remembering
sugarcane.
I cited a case out of Brazil where it turned out that the conditions of the workers were scandalous, horrible working conditions, dangerous working conditions. And now that's one of the things you can know when you go shopping. How were the workers treated? Because there are NGOs that go around looking at companies. You don't want to depend on the company. Oh, we treat our workers fine. That's just press. What you want is an impartial third party to go around and verifying good conditions, bad conditions, and then to report that to the database so that we can know it when we go shopping. And that's the future. And that's why I'm actually hopeful.
But just as an addict cannot get into recovery alone, he or she needs other people, help from other people. We cannot be ecologically, socially intelligent alone, right? We have to do it together. And one thing that you wrote is interesting. Loneliness is riskier than smoking, because lonely people actually get sick. more?
The data you're referring to says that people who, you know, if you live alone, you're not necessarily lonely. You may have family, you may have friends, and so on. But people who are lonely tend to get illnesses, tend to die earlier, and it's probably because loneliness makes you sad. Sadness depresses your immune system. You don't take such good care. Maybe you smoke a lot, maybe you drink a lot. But if you look at our situation in terms of the ecological threats, the opposite of loneliness, which is connectedness, is the answer. Because it's not just that I should shop better, but when I do it, I should do three things, actually. I should know the impacts of what I buy. I should get the better thing. I should favor improvements. And I should tell everybody. This has to be done as a community. It has to be done by our sharing what we know with everybody we care about. And they're sharing what they know with everybody they care about. And let it spread and spread and spread. Then it will really make a difference. Then companies will pay attention. Then we'll get the better world we want.
You went to Brazil several times. One of the times, there was a very interesting experiment in
Yes.
social intelligence.
It was very embarrassing, but full disclosure, I went with my son. He was in his 20s at the time. He's a musician who loves Brazilian music. We went to Bahia, and we had a wonderful time. But what we noticed was that at first the Brazilian people didn't seem very friendly. But then as we stayed, day after day after day, we noticed they're getting friendlier and friendlier. Actually, that was a complete projection. It was a distortion. And it was us who were uptight Yankees coming to a very warm, wonderful country where people are very outgoing. But it was because of our own anxieties that we thought people were unfriendly. Everyone was friendly. It was that as we relaxed, we were able to get the message.
Thank you.
George,
Thank you very
pleasure.
much.
Yes.
Thank you.